Hello there, a very good morning and welcome to another edition of the Talk of the Town. Joining us this morning is President's Counsel Farman Cassim, the Legal Secretary of the Samagi Janapalavegia. A very good morning, Mr. Cassim, and welcome to the show.
Good morning, Sharon, and good morning, all the viewers. Thank you for having me.
Sri Lanka is going through a little bit of a dilemma as far as democracy in the country goes. Elections have been postponed, and now we can see draconian legislation like the Anti Terrorism Act and also the Online Safety Bill, whatever that entails, being brought to the fore by the government, and they are trying urgently to push these bills through Parliament. What is the stance of the SJB on this?
So, obviously, Sharon, we've always been a liberal party and safeguarding the democratic rights of the citizens of Sri Lanka. Obviously, we will be opposing the bills in the Supreme Court. And anyway, there is nothing much to expect from SLPP-led government and SLPP elected president. So it's nothing to be it's not a surprise actually.
But Mr. Kasim, now Ranil Wickremesinghe, President Ranil Wickremesinghe, was once the leader of your party, the party that you were a part of previously, the United National Party, and he was championed as a liberal Democrat. He was the biggest liberal Democrat in Sri Lanka. And now you see bills being brought, with his consent, of course, bills that, seek to establish a committee that can decide on what is true and what is false. Does it get any more anti-democratic than that? And how did the shift take place?
So there is no shift. Ranil Wickremesinghe is a very selfish, delusional human being, and that's why when he took over the UMP in 1994, we had 44% of the vote, popular vote, and in 2023 he brought it down to just 2%. So basically, he is a failed leader, a failed politician, and now will do anything to hang on to power. He is backed by the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna and the Rajapaksas. So Rajapaksas back him, and he will do anything to save the Rajapaksas. So going by that trait, I mean that is a Rajapaksa trait, no, to have these kind of bills, anti-democratic bills, anti-people friendly bills, and he will try to stifle public dissent, public discourse as much as possible.
But as far as the situation in the country goes, we've come a long way since last year, and there are those, especially members of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna now, who used to speak extremely ill of President Ranil Wickremesinghe back in the day, who are now saying that he is the sole reason why Sri Lanka could have eradicated fuel queues, could have brought down medicine back again, and brought some sort of stability to the country.
So they are the same ones, Sharon, who said that we are getting a leak on you, a Mahathir Mohammed, Cuban Fidel Castro,
Hitler.
and a Hitler, and all together they are the ones who said that we are getting Gotabia all together. This whole package is coming in. So these guys are pack of jokers, and people should not be fooled by this kind of nonsense because this is absolute childish, amateurish kind of statements. And now they are, now they are blowing the trumpet for Ranil Wickremesinghe because they have nowhere to hide.
So, do you think that there is any chance that the SJB would consider maybe getting into an alliance with the United National Party? Because, of course, many of you, or the whole party almost, was once UNP.
See, you can't get into an alliance with a party that has 2% of the vote. No? A party that has 2% of the vote can get an alliance with a party that has 25% of the last election. That's how it works. So, if the United National Party falls in line with the ideology of the SJB, uh, obviously Ranil Wickremesinghe will not, and his ideology is not the SJB's because he's hand in glove with the Rajapaksas and the SLPP. He's basically a poet to a person. So, without him, if the other members of the SJB of the UMP who are center left want to join the SJB in alliance, they are more than welcome.
The general public is also very confused as to what these ideologies are. Back in the day, it was quite clear the Sri Lanka Freedom Party were on one side of the spectrum, the United National Party was on the other side of the spectrum. Now you get the parties have branched off, broken off, and it's a weird mix. Where does the SJB stand?
SJB stands with a leader that is uncorruptible, a leader that is uh, people friendly, a leader that doesn't get into deals with the Rajapaksas, and a leader who has a vision for the country and vision for the masses. not for this 2% urban crowd or the 8% middle class, but for the people but who will stand for 90% of the downtrodden. That is the ideology, Shalan.
Thank you very much, President's Counsel Farman Cassim, the Legal Secretary of the Samigijana Balaveke, for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
And it's back to the Morning Fix on Yes 101.